Hello there, Cancer. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and an empath. This reading is going to be for Cancer for March of 2021. I'm so far ahead on myself this month, and last month I was so far behind on myself, I can't remember what month I'm in. Anyhow, for everybody who's new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for an overall view of the month, and we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. I guess that makes all you Cancers named Frankie for the time of the reading. Look, I suppose, anyhow. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You have a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't think the cards will go week by week. I think they're going to blend in and out throughout the month as an overall theme for the month. Now, we have good words. They're acceptance, they're freedom, trust, risk, and willingness. We have good cards, and this one card been showing up repeatedly for several of the signs already for March, and I think it's actually a really great card for all of us to get really the best card in the deck. So we got good words here, and we got actually kind of this good type of energy going on for us this month anyhow. We have a little bit of tough, maybe kind of tough energy, but not really, really bad energy, but sort of a fighting energy or a standing up for ourselves energy. That's the way I want to put it. But anyhow, we make it out really on the big end of the deal here, because our first card here is the King of Cups, and that's us, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Off the bottom of the deck, we're showing right up in our own reading. And that, to me, is like excellent sign that the reading's going to actually work out to our benefit this month, us being in our own reading. Now, this is going to be male or female because these are general readings. The King of Cups is actually this kind of energetics that stands beside their subjects but doesn't lord over them. So it's a good way to be. It's like an equality, things like that. This is someone who be very well disposed towards us, like a kindly father or father figure energy, or someone who acts as if they're our father. Also, they could be a person maybe a little older than us that we might have a crush on, or we could be in love with, want to have a relationship with them. For some of us, it might be something like that. But whether it's a friend or it's an advisor, or even if it is our lover, for whatever reason, they are utterly trustworthy. So we have the word trust here, and so they're trustworthy, they're dependable, they're loyal to us for whatever reason. Some people think this is a person that's very cultured. They can be very artistic. Sometimes they are pursue the arts or know a lot about art because they're a creative type, their own self. If it doesn't represent like an actual person in our life, it's going to represent a situation that is very, very favorable actually to us, especially because this is emotional energy, especially if it was some kind of artistic pursuit, because cup energy is extremely creative too. It's not just emotions, it's creative, it's believing, it's knowing, and we have a card down here that says we'll have that knowingness inside of us. But this, I think, is our card that means the word risk. And this is the Nine of Rods energy. And it's not a tough energy, but it's an energy that can denote us getting free from something. So it's energy of defending our legitimate territory through dint of will. Like, we're going to do this no matter what is at hand. So we are very, very determined with this. So success will come to us. So success is at hand, but we're going to have to stand up to get it. And sometimes we Cancers, we just don't want to have to stand up. So this card is courage under fire, being brave when others are against you. This person has one rod in their hand and there's 9 there, or 8 altogether. 8 are kind of like against them. So at least the 9 represents completion, so, and it means that the job is actually done, because the next thing that's coming is the 10, so a new beginning. So we've planned well, we've planned wisely, and so what our relationships develop positively. They move forward with a sense of purpose, with a sense of direction. This is a very determined type of energy, and our courage prevails over anybody who opposes us in any way or any manner. We're going to be able to stand up and defend ourselves no matter what. So it's kind of something we have to be able to trust that we're going to have the energy to do that, be willing to take the risk, like our word down here, and accept the challenge and stand up. Because this little guy coming up here next, right, can be a little bit of a disruptive energy. This is the Page of Swords. So that's air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius type energy, male or female, once again. So it's a messenger night, but it brings a message of kind of problems, difficulties, things like that. Maybe a younger person we know, maybe one of our siblings or our children. That's at all possible. But it's a message like somebody failing an exam, a college exam, things like that, things that are bothersome. So there's an element of experimentation in this card, and it is risky. It's actually risky, that might cause some kind of problems. So sometimes it's us, sometimes it's someone else outside of us. We are not air energy. So I'd be watching and paying attention and using my intuition, very seriously using my intuition this month, because this page is motivated basically by some type of unconventional activity that can cause us some kind of strife. And we don't want to cause ourselves any kind of strife. So being in that energetics of that 9 of Rods energy is a good way for us to stand up. If we're being challenged, if there's something that, let's say, as an example, one of our children isn't doing, or a friend is taking a risk that could harm or hurt them or get them in trouble somehow, some way. Because I have to remember with that Page of Swords, this is not the King of Swords. This is an energetics that, well, even when you look at the face on here, that has a sword right in front of him, and he's daring. He's so arrogant. It's that kind of energy that they're daring, like daring anyone to come up behind them, because they're so sure they can cut you down and do whatever it is that they want anyhow. But this month, I really believe that when we defend ourselves, we might be, for some of us, defending ourselves from that type of energy, not actually us that are taking that risky move or things like that. Because this next energy here has come up, I think, in two out of the three readings that I've done for this month so far. And I stick these in all different areas in the deck, back out of order, and then shuffle them, and it keeps coming up. So whatever it is we want, we're going to get here. We got the Nine of Cups. Yeah, Nine of Cups. This is a Pip card. I'm staring at his face and I'm thinking 8 and staring right at this. Look at this face. I mean, I swear this person drank everything that was in all those cups behind him. Happy, happy, happy card. This, I think, is the best card of all in the whole tarot deck, honest to God, because this is a card, the wish card, the card of all happiness and success and all of our dreams coming true, the card of hitting the lottery and getting Mr. or Mrs. Right all at the same time, everything we want, there's nothing about this card that's negative at all. You could even turn it upside down on its head and it just means I don't believe my own blessings or my own good luck. So I delay it a little bit, So it's triumph, a card of triumphing over everything and getting success and everything we want, everything we hope, everything that we wish for. So there's a caveat with this card. And that little caveat is like, what is it do I actually want? What is it do I actually want? So I want to keep that at the forefront of my mind, because if I'm making a wish, maybe my wish years ago, let's say, was for this, that, or the other thing. I think this month, maybe I want to sit down and evaluate, is what I wished for before, maybe before last year. What I wished for before, is that still relevant to what I'm wishing and hoping for now? Because I don't think we think we want something at one point in our life, and so much has changed and happened this month that maybe that's not what we actually want anymore in our lives. Maybe we want something totally different in our lives, and think about that, because I think it's a card of manifesting, a card of when we're getting the things that we truly desire in our lives, but for us, which is great, because now we got the Moon card here, and that's kind of exciting, because this is a card of intuition, of being psychic. The Moon illuminates that non-conscious side of life where intuition lies. It's what springs naturally from inside of us, and it's a water energy, just like we are. So our intuition, all of these feelings, these inner perceptions, like inner knowings, that the Moon shines a light on the intuitive world. It shines a light on the darkness. So sometimes, and with that Page of Swords, I'm really going to say this for absolute sure. Sometimes when we get this Moon card, there's something that is being hidden from us. So we're going to really want to use our intuition this month to find out, because we don't want to risk anything that's going to risk our freedom or our trust actually in our own selves. And in order to do that, we have to be willing to go within. And if something is digging at me or niggling me, something like that, it's like, this isn't quite right. Being as the Page of Swords is in there, maybe I want to, maybe like take a little bit of a further look at it or something along those lines, to see if something's going on that I really don't understand or really don't know exactly what's going on in my life. Have I been not kind of paying attention? Is there more than meets the eye, is what they're saying to me? Is there more than meets the eye right now? So whatever it is I want out of something, what am I willing to maybe give up my little bit of freedom for, or compromise on, to think about, and what is it when we have that wish card, what is it that is worth me actually fighting for or standing up for, and what isn't? And it's going to become more clear cut, I think, during the month. Our angel card is giving and receiving. So what is it actually that I am going to give up in order for this to be acceptable? What am I willing to give up to change my wish, to make sure it's the right thing to me? Everything in life's a trade-off, and there's a lot going on these days. And I think that's what's going on actually in these cards. What's kind of being hidden from me? What do I need my intuition or my spidey sense up? What is at risk? If I don't trust what is guiding me, and what do I want to exchange for whatever's going on? It says the entire universe operates in cycles similar to inhalations and exhalations. When you exhale or give, or only inhale, receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment and balance each inhalation in your life with an exhalation. And that's a very big problem for we cancers, because we just usually give. And we never turn around and say, there's an exchange for all that give. There's an exchange for all that giving. Sometimes we just have to, receive. On the other hand, if, let's say, this is popping in my head, the Page of Swords asks something of me, but I got a sneaky suspicion, right? It's, what is the Page of Swords going to give me back, or am I going to receive, like maybe a promise, something like that I demands fulfilled in return for my giving, basically, because the Page of Swords is that really risky kind of thing there, and we don't want that involved in our lives. So if I'm saying, hey, you need to stop that, and I'll be willing to give you this, then I would expect that it gets stopped. It's just like an example, some kind of little tidbit there, It says the angels gave you this card because you've been giving and receiving, because your giving and receiving ratio is out of balance lately. Wouldn't that be the truth? We're always the one giving. If you've been giving much more than you're receiving, you're likely to be feeling that others are taking advantage of your kindness, which a Page of Swords energy would do. It's very immature. If your imbalance is in receiving more than giving, you may have felt uneasy, depressed, or even guilty. While it's impossible to perfectly balance the giving and receiving each day, you can strike a healthy balance. To do this, make sure you give something like time, money, a gift, or compliment on a daily basis without expecting anything in return. Same day, be a gracious receiver to unexpected offers of help, compliments, or other gifts. Just say thank you without embarrassment or guilt. I have a friend that told me to say that, thank you. When someone gives me something, and not say no, just say, well, thank you, very much for that. Say without embarrassment or guilt. In relationships where you are the primary giver, express your needs and ask for help. In your relationship, make sure you give and receive. The situation you're asking about requires balanced male and female energy. To receive, first you must give. Tithe whatever it is you need more of, time, money, items, and so on. Affirm, I now receive good graciously into my life. And with our 9 of Cups, our wish comes true. So that's really worth it. Well, Cancer, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, shares, your subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them and really appreciate them. For anybody who wants to know more about me, or if you just want to go neb about me, or if you need to set an appointment, all of the information's down below the screen in the About section over at the website. And over at the website are 2 short videos. One explains the prayer class I put out there for you. The other one explains a sutra classes I put out for you. Prayer classes tells you how to format prayers, why you do them the way you do. And the sutras are simple thought forms you put in a meditation. It takes 5 minutes a day, enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. So to everybody I've met through 5 whole years of doing these YouTubes now, everybody I've met through 33 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all it's an honor, privilege, and a pleasure to serve you, and hopefully I will see you back here next month. Bye-bye.